Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys my updated foundation routine, how I hide all these blemishes, and so yeah, I'm going to get right into it, so just keep on watching. So I always start off with a clean and moisturized face. This is the moisturizer or lotion that I use every single day, morning and night. This is Neutrogena Rapid Clear Acne Defense Face Lotion. And I put this on after I have toned and washed my face. So the next thing I do is I use a sponge to apply my foundation. This is my favorite way of applying foundation. I think it works well on every kind of skin. It leaves a flawless finish. It blends it out very well. It doesn't leave any streaky lines or blotchiness that a brush could leave. Since I struggle with acne, this is also a great thing to use because I always wash this before I use it. So, you know, brushes, you have to wait for it to dry before you can use it, but this one I wash it and I use it wet. So it's great, it's always clean, so I apply only clean products onto my face. The reason why I use this wet is so that it doesn't absorb any more foundation, so that the foundation can just be applied onto my skin and give me a fuller coverage. Alright, so I always take off my nose ring. I know this might be kind of gross for you guys, but there, take it off. And just because I don't like to get it full of foundation and stuff, so I always take it off and then put it back on when I'm done. I always begin with sanitizing my hands, just because, again, I struggle with acne. Right now I have a lot of acne, kind of like, I don't know if they're scars, they're just kind of healing right now because I've been exfoliating a lot and using a lot of masks and stuff. So my skin is at the purging stage right now, so everything is trying to come out, which is great. So I have a lot of little bumps. This isn't really like pimples, it's kind of like little grease balls. Dr. Brandt Pore No More Pore Refiner and Mattifying Primer. It's so good. It's tinted like this, and it kind of reminds me, it reminds me of the Porefessional, but this one is especially like for oily skin because it mattifies, so this is great for me. So I always start right here at the T-zone, and I always start kind of on my nose and right here, and then I bring it up into my forehead, put it all over my forehead and on my chin. I'm going to move on to this Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer, and this is in the color Light. I'm going to grab this greenish concealer right here, and green always cancels out any redness that you have. So I'm going to apply this over these little blemishes that I have, just with my finger, and tap this in. And I kind of put this like all over my forehead since I have a lot of going on right there. Anywhere that you have redness, apply a green concealer and it will cancel it out. Alright, you see my face is already looking a lot better with that green concealer. And then I'm going to go into kind of like this peachier one. And an orange concealer is always good to cancel out any blues or purples that you might have on your face, like blue or purple under eye darkness. So then just always use orange. This one is kind of like this is like a peacher, but they have like legit orange like jars of concealer. I know that like NYX has jars of green and orange concealers, like they're legit orange, like bright, but it won't look super orange because again it's going to cancel it out, and you put your foundation over top of it and you won't even see the green or the orange. But that's really good if you have any really bad dark circles under your eyes. So lately I've been using my baby again because, you know, I really love this foundation because of the color. I feel like the color selection for this foundation is great. I feel like anybody can find their color on there. It's just some people don't like how it looks onto their skin type, but I love the color. It is like really a true match because it blends in so well with my natural skin color. So what I'm going to do is I always shake up the bottle a little bit. And you guys may think this is gross, but I sanitize my hands. I put my finger on here and I go like that. And then whatever is on my finger, I'm going to dot it on my face. And I like to distribute it evenly. So if I put one dot on this cheek, I'm going to do one dot on the other cheek. and then one on my forehead. And then I do one for the chin and nose area. So this is what I've been doing differently. I just use my finger to spread out the foundation, and then I go in with my sponge at the very end to just kind of blend it out. And I feel like this gives me more fuller coverage. So I'm just going to tap this on. And again, I always keep away from this under eye area because anyways I'm going to go in with concealer just so that I don't have a lot of product on my eyes and it doesn't cake up under there. You kind of want to work fast when you're doing this, so you don't want it to dry before you blend it in with the sponge, or else it's going to look really splotchy. Okay, so now I'm going to use my sponge and I'm going to go over everything. Make sure to drag it down onto your neck. Not all the way, but just kind of like, you know, down to here maybe, just so that it doesn't look like you have a mask on. And I always blend in my foundation into my hairline, because I got little baby hairs that kind of grow backwards. They grow back, and I always blend it in there because sometimes if I just stop right here, you're going to see like the color of my scalp, and that's not cute. Okay, another thing, make sure to blend it back into your ear. You don't have to put the foundation on your ear, but just make sure that you blend it all the way back there, because that could look kind of masky also if you have a line where it stops right here. Okay, so I'm already done with the foundation. Now I'm going to just apply some concealer, you know, highlight and contour. And before I do that, I kind of just give it a second to dry up, because right now I can feel it's a little bit wet still, and I don't like to apply powder over my foundation when it's still wet, because it could be wet in some areas and dry in others. And if I apply the powder over the wet areas, it's going to stick more onto the wet areas and less onto the dry areas, and it's going to look really splotchy, really uneven, very hard to blend, and it's just going to look like a mess. So just let it dry a little bit and then go ahead and apply the powders. And then I just blend this out with my sponge. The concealer today, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. I change up my concealer every day depending on the look that I'm going for. This one is more of a natural looking one, blends very easily when I use a sponge. It's fast, and that's just what I'm going to choose today. Right, so lately I've been obsessed with this highlight and contour palette by NYX. So I'm going to grab the yellow color and just apply this underneath my eyes over top the concealer, and I'm using this little brush and pressing it in so that my concealer does not move, so I don't mess up the blending that I just did. I'm just going to press this in. Make sure to look up so you can have no wrinkles under your eyes, and make sure to set so that it doesn't crease throughout the day. I'm just going to fast forward me doing my contour and my blush and all that, just because I explain that in like every video. I do it different with every makeup look. Today I'm not going to go too heavy on the cheeks and everything. It's going to be pretty simple since it's like Wednesday, 11 in the morning. Okay? Alright, so now that this boo-boo has been drying, first I try to like scrape it off with my nail. You see? And then I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm just going to go in with this little cotton thing and go over it really softly. And it's off now. Now I just got to touch it up with some powder. See, always let it dry, because if you try to take it off while it's wet, you're just going to smear it, and then you got to start all over. Okay, and then once you're done with everything, I always go in with a setting spray. Your makeup lasts, seriously. Even if you're sweating, it's going to stay there. So I really like this, so I just spray this like an X. I just kind of spray it all over, but you're supposed to do an X and a T. So then you look all wet like this, but it's going to dry, and it's also going to make the powder set into the foundation so it looks even more natural, so that you don't see the powder sitting on your face, especially if you have little facial hairs, like little peach fuzz, like I do. I have a lot of peach fuzz, so then it doesn't set on your little hairs. It kind of goes into the foundation. And then I just go into one of these things because I'm super fancy, just to help my foundation, just so I can help that thing dry. And that's it! So that's it for my updated foundation routine. I hope you guys found it helpful and learned something new today. Please thumbs up this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all next time. Mwah!